Hey there. Okay, I want to talk to you all real quick about something. I want to talk about this right here, this bamboo knife. Now, normally, my husband and I, we love to eat this bread, this brioche French recipe bread, and it's not already sliced. It looks like this, okay? So it's not pre-sliced. And so I just want to show you all something. Oops. Let me see if I can position that to where you can see the bread. Okay, I'll move this over a little bit. I want to show you all something. How when I use this knife, because normally when I use a regular knife on this bread, and my hands are already clean, I just washed them before I did. But you know what? I touched my phone, so let me wash my hands again. Okay, so you guys see I did just wash my hands, and hopefully you heard the water playing as well. And so normally I use a regular knife on this bread, and it kind of just hacks into it. It doesn't cut right. So we saw this bamboo knife, and I decided, hey, the description of it, I decided, hey, I'd like to try it. And so we bought it, and half the loaf has been used, cut, but I decided I would like to just show you all, and maybe I should use a regular knife to just show you the difference of how this bread does not cut well with a regular knife. So I was able to cut through this, this bread easily with this bamboo knife. Okay, and because of the way the bread is made, it's not like your typical loaf of bread. It's so soft, and well, bread is soft, but this is more of a spongy. The brioche bread is more spongy. So I'm going to find one of my regular knives. I'll just use one of these, which is the typical size that we normally use. And so when I go to cut into it with the regular knife, it just it doesn't just go down easy. I end up hacking more into the bread than I normally do, with the bamboo knife, I should say that. I usually just kind of hacks more into it, and see how trying to cut through it, and even though I'm moving back on the loaf, but see how trying to cut through it, it just kind of squishes it down. And to see, I want you all to see like the bottom part. It just really trying to cut through it with that knife is different. And I'm just going to do a size comparison here. Now you just saw me cut that off the same loaf of bread. Okay, look at how this one stayed more intact using the bamboo knife, and this one, it kind of squishes the bread down, and it's just not quite right. I love the fact that the bamboo knife, I'm able to keep the true texture of the bread intact, that light airiness of brioche bread, compared to this spongy, now that it's been kind of squished. I don't want to squish it and make it worse, because I'm gonna end up using this piece for my sandwich since I cut the two pieces down. But yeah, and so I was able to get a nicer clean cut with the bamboo knife as opposed to using a regular knife. This is not a clean cut. And let me show you both sides so you don't think one side was different than the other. Okay, turn this around. So this is me flipping the sides so you can see for yourself. Okay, I decided to film a part 2 to the bamboo knife video. And the part 2 is because I was online looking at something, and I saw some reviews talking about, oh, this knife doesn't work, oh, it just makes your bread so crummy, and things like that. And I was like, when I saw the reviews, like, how are people using this knife? It's a bamboo knife. It's not a saw, it's a knife. You're cutting bread, you're not cutting wood, so how are they using this knife? So what I decided to do was just to come back, even though in the beginning of this video you saw me using the knife and you saw me cut the bread, I decided I will go ahead and just slice up the remaining half of this loaf, just get it all sliced up, just to show people or show everyone like how you use this bamboo knife correctly. This is a no-brainer, but I do believe that some people are using this knife and just hacking into their bread. You're cutting bread. You're not cutting wood. You're cutting bread. And so I do believe they're hacking all into it. And I'm gonna like just take a plate out so I can lay the slices on it. My hands are already cleaned. I washed them. And so I'm going to lower my camera now so we can focus on the bread. So give me a second while I do this, and I hope my phone doesn't fall off the stand that I have it on. I don't know if that's going to work out right. Let me see. Make a little adjustment here. Okay, so as we see, it's not like the teeth on the knife is not like a serrated blade on a regular steel knife. Okay, this is wood, and so you have to treat it, and you don't want to like hold your bread and be pushing down and squeezing. I don't want to do this. I don't want to mess up my bread. You don't want to be squeezing it together and pushing down and smushing it together. You just want to just take your time and just slice through it. Look how easy that is. Okay, and it's like effortlessly. It's not wood, it's bread. And people say, oh, it makes so many crumbs. Can you see that? This is just the crumbs that will fall off no matter what knife I was using. So I'm gonna just keep going here, because then I think my husband appreciate that I already got it all nice and sliced up. Because he, you know, it's hard for us to find the bread that's already sliced. And so I convinced him, hey, let's get this knife for slicing the bread. And so, you know, so you see me making nice, clean slices. You don't see me just hacking into the bread all hard. I'm being nice and gentle. It's gliding through. I'm not having any problems. So I do not get what people were saying about this bread being so difficult to slice with the bamboo knife. I'm having no problem. It's not damaging it. Okay, and I'm setting it on the plate, of which I'm going to pull that plate back over as soon as I'm done. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do one more slice, even though I probably shouldn't because of the, oh, okay, you all see that? It's pitted. The bread was pitted in that area. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't bake it. Okay, so we're going to do just one more slice because that's still kind of thick. And then here we are at the heel or the ends of the bread, and I'm still not having a problem slicing it. Okay, now this is it. That's all the crumbs that I made, and you all just watched me slice a half a loaf of brioche bread. And I'm gonna put all the slices here, and then I'm gonna put it back in the package. Look at that, no problem slicing it. So with that being said, I'm just gonna say, hey, why not get yourself this knife for slicing your bread? I'm not sure how it will work on hard bread, because we really don't buy the harder breads like the French loaves. It probably work on that too. One day I might get some just to test it, and then I'll do another video on a different bread. But this was the brioche bread, and it's really, really soft, and I had no problem slicing through it. Okay, all right, I just had to do it. I just had to do it. I went ahead and got a piece of ciabatta bread just to see how this knife would do on a thicker, more dense piece of bread. You know, like I said, I don't eat a lot of bread, and but when I do, I like really good quality breads, and then I like to buy my breads that have very few ingredients. So I don't really eat, unless I'm at a restaurant and that's all they're offering me, is I don't really eat the breads that contain a lot of stuff in them. I like it, just keep it simple, just a simple ingredient. So, okay, so here's a piece of ciabatta. My hands are clean. I washed them. You know what? I always do that because I handled the cameras, and now let me wash my hands again. Okay, so my hands are nice and clean, and so I want to pick up the bread and show you. So this is a more dense piece of bread, and it's not pre-cut or anything. I just see, yeah, I just got this. Okay, so this is this is more dense. Now, of course, it's not as thick as, it's not as tall as the brioche bread you saw me slice before, but this is more dense. So I want to just see, and this is a ciabatta with sesame seeds and poppy seeds. It's, you know, and this is my first time actually having this bread. I never had bought this particular one before. So let's just see how this performs. So I'm gonna do 2 cuts. I'm gonna cut it in half. Yeah, so I'll end up being the one to eat this one later, so I'll know. I'm gonna cut it in half one way and cut it in half the other, just to see how this knife does on this bread. So we will know how it does on thicker bread. Oh my, as you all can see, that went through it effortlessly. All right, effortlessly. Now I'm going to cut it this way just to see. Yes, that was simple. That was easy. Okay, so there you have it. I just had to do it. I just wanted to know what it would be like on a thicker, more dense type bread. Now, I don't eat a lot of bread, and so there's no I'm going to be testing a whole bunch of different ones because I don't eat them and I don't want to spend money on something I don't eat. And so there we have it. That was very easy. So once again, I like this knife. I really do. But we have gotten into using a lot of bamboo in our home. You know, just so there's no transference of metals or anything like that. We use a lot of bamboo spoons and spatulas and so on and so forth. So I haven't had this knife long, but the more I use it, the more I really like it. So it's really making me want to look even into some more bamboo items. And then because bamboo is all natural, and y'all know I promote things that are natural, bamboo being all natural, and then bamboo, you know, is easy to replenish. So I really like this knife. So once again, the link to where you can buy a bamboo knife like this below. Thank you.